Hey credit cousins, did you know that many Americans either do not know much about credit unions or believe credit unions are technologically inferior to banks and that banks have better security? Credit unions have always had a big awareness problem, and there have been research that found 40% of non-members think that they can't join a credit union. 2 out of every 5 non-members believe they cannot join a credit union. And 3 out of 5 Americans think credit unions don't offer mortgages. 45% of Americans believe banks offer more products and services than credit unions. Over 55% of Americans believe credit unions don't offer mobile and online banking. 64% of non-members are not familiar with credit unions. 71% of millennials non-members are not familiar with credit unions. 3 in 10 Americans say it's difficult to find a credit union they can join. 1 in 4 who uses credit unions don't identify themselves as credit union members. However, 61% believe credit unions care more about their members than banks do. Since the pandemic has started, many Americans have been turning away from traditional banking and moving towards credit unions. In this video, I want to go over the greatest myths of credit unions and hopefully shed some light on them, since there's not much advertisement or information out on credit unions unless you walk into one or watch a video similar to this one on the internet about it. They are certainly not the talk of the town, so you may see one but know nothing about them in your town. So credit unions were established in 1901, as banks have been around since 1791, with the first bank being the Bank of the United States, but credit unions have certainly grown well over 100 years. Number 1 top myth is that many people believe they cannot be a member of more than one credit union. The fact is, there is no limit on the number of credit unions you can belong to as long as you qualify for the membership. If one credit union offers better rates on auto loans and you want to take advantage of that, you definitely can while enjoying membership in accounts at other credit unions or even banks. Number 2, and this one is really big, especially for my credit cousins, because I talk about Navy Federal so much, a lot of people believe other credit unions do the same. This myth is basically people believe credit unions are strict on their membership eligibility. This is not true, and the fact is, while most credit unions do need members to share a common bond, like working in a specific industry, not all of them are extremely strict. For example, most of them have the same type of requirements, like having an immediate family member as a credit union member, residing in specific cities or places, or being an employee of a selected employer group. It never hurts to ask how you can become a member, and many credit unions won't disregard you. They're more happy to work with you and to see how they can help you. Number 3, another big myth is that a lot of people just simply believe that your money isn't protected at a credit union. The fact is, just like the FDIC insures your money in a bank, your deposits at a credit union are federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration up to $250,000 limit. You don't need to worry about your money not being insured and protected. It certainly is. Number 4, another big myth is that people believe credit unions aren't regulated by the government. The fact is, credit unions are highly regulated by the government, sometimes more so than banks. There seems to be a miscommunication that credit unions can do whatever they want, which isn't true. Credit unions have to follow laws just like every other business. So you can rest assured that they're keeping your money and information safe, sound, and secure. Another important myth that I hear a lot is that there is no difference between a bank and a credit union. In fact, there are several differences between a bank and a credit union. Banks have customers, credit unions have members. For that reason why it's different. Credit unions are not for profit. They pass profits on to their members in the forms of lower loan rates and higher dividends, whereas banks are for profit and pass profits on to their shareholders in the stock market. Hence why you're allowed to actually invest into banks and the stock market. The credit unions are democratically controlled by the members. The board of directors is made up of volunteers who are actual members of the credit union as well. These board members are voted on by other members of the credit union. Banks, however, are run by shareholders and their positions are paid. Number 6, another big common myth I hear a lot is basically people believe since credit unions are smaller, credit union loans rates are higher than banks. In fact, credit unions are member owned and not for profit. They have flexibility when it comes to their rates. Not to mention, they have a responsibility to provide its member owners at the credit union with great products at great rates. Number 7, another myth and a common question I do see a lot from my fellow credit cousins is you have to have a lot of savings in your bank account before you borrow money or apply for a credit card or any type of credit at a credit union. Well, in fact, in most cases, the amount you can borrow is not directly related to how much you have in your account. Many credit unions will allow you to borrow from them before even making your first deposit, and even the same day you join the credit unions. However, there are products that credit unions do offer to help those who have less than favorable credit scores, such as pledge loans or secured credit cards, where you are using the amount in your savings account as a security to offer you a line of credit. This type of product is normally used to help people rebuild their credit in a relationship with the credit union. Number 8, last but not least, a top credit union myth that many believe is your ownership of a credit union is determined by how much money you have there. In fact, all members have all equal ownership in one vote at a credit union. It does not matter if you have $1 million or just $1 in your account. Your vote counts just as much as everyone else's. So with that being said, I will do my due diligence to bring more information about credit unions onto this channel. But remember, when you are driving to your traditional bank and you may see a credit union around the corner from it, they are there. And actually, it may be worth the while to just walk in and ask them how to join and ask them about their products of what they offer. Make sure to leave a like on this video, and that will tell me that you are picking up what I'm putting down. And let me know in the comments, credit cousins, what myth you may have had about a credit union, and are you a part of a credit union, and how is this experience compared to a bank? Make sure to keep us updated as well if you're planning on joining one soon, only if you're comfortable, so other credit cousins can learn more about it. Remember, this channel is all about learning from each other, and I look forward to your feedback. And don't forget, guys, I love you all. Bye. Hey, if you made it to the end of this video, I'm here to let you know that today will be the last day that the Instant Hard Ink Removal Guide will be for sale. So if you haven't got it, please make sure you click the link down in the description below to learn how you can remove your hard inquiries in as little as 24 hours. Yes, 24 hours you can remove your inquiries. So click the link down below in the description box to learn how you can remove your late payments, hard inquiries, collections, charge-offs, and so much more. You don't want to miss out. Hey, are you looking to build your business credit like a boss? Well, you're in luck. I've created this awesome ebook where you can learn how to build business credit and get over $500,000 in business funding. It's on sale right now, $40 on sale. Original price is $125. I am giving you guys this at a highly discounted price, but only 100 copies will be sold at this price. Click the link in the description below or in the pinned comments. You are already a boss, so why not get that business credit like a boss?